the winner of the NEC Global Solidarity E-Race 2.0, the second version that we've done. Zaahir Essa has gone from second to first. He's gone one better than he did at Kyalami, and there is a very, very happy man as he crosses the line and takes 12,000 Rand from AfriHost. Yeah, what an incredible race, Sash. Unbelievable stuff. It's exactly what we expected and exactly what Mount Panorama was supposed to bring us.
I tell you, Greg, I'm beside myself. Besides the fact that I lost a bit of my connection somewhere along the line there, I just cannot believe the quality and just the mental capacity of these sim races. Unbelievable, with hold all of that kind of pressure. And here I am sitting just commentating it, and I'm getting freaking nervous for the drivers. So brilliant stuff.
It was top class. Kind of what we didn't expect is to see three different manufacturers on the podium. There was a big sort of feeling that the Mercedes-Benz and maybe, a couple of other cars that didn't make it onto the podium were going to be there. We've got a Mercedes-Benz because they are taking the win, but incredible to see how Devin Leisha came through in the Porsche in the end.
Yeah, I was, from the start, I thought the Mercs are definitely going to be there, and I was really hoping the Bentley was going to do something, which amazingly it did. And the Porsche surprised because, the Porsche doesn't have that sort of torque grunt, and especially on a track that's up and down, and you really need that torque going up the hill. I think it was a superb drive from Devin Leisha.
Well, let's catch up with him, Stash. Dev, after a race like that, but you must be, first of all, a bit buggered from the intensity and from the concentration. But how good does it feel to walk away with 3.5 grand in your back, Sky?
No, of course it feels good. Was not expected. I think, I battled with the Porsche all through leading up to the event. Didn't do very well with it in qualifying. I just couldn't get it to work. But got a bit lucky in the semis. And it performed pretty well in the finals, and I didn't expect it, and obviously the result.
Devin, all of you guys had to do a mandatory pit stop. Were you concerned about the pit stop? Did you think perhaps maybe you could get closer to Zaahir if maybe he got it a bit wrong?
So I raced with Zaahir quite a lot, so that for me was already a given that he was going to go away with it unless he made a silly mistake. But what I didn't expect is to lose the 4 seconds I did, and giving the second place to Mark, coming up 4 or 5 seconds behind him. Did quite a preparation for the pit stops before the race. But while I was on track, I got a bit too scared that I was going to run out of fuel, so I decided to just up it by 20 litres, and that was my downfall. It took a bit longer in the pits, but went well. I'm happy with the result.
Dev, from a competitor's point of view and how the race has gone and how the series has gone, you guys must be pretty stoked with the level that e-racing has now been stepped up to with Solidarity E-Race.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's been done really well by you guys. I think it's gone smoothly. The coverage has been awesome. The commentary is exciting. It's exciting for a hobby that I enjoy. So I'm excited to see where it goes. If it can keep moving forward, it would be great. But yeah, I think this has been, it's definitely lit the fire under my bum to take it a little bit more seriously. And I'm enjoying it more as a result. So thank you to you guys.
Oh, that's great to hear. Devin, I want to know, there was a vital moment in the race. Here was leading, I think Jordan Sheriff was lying in second place, and then all of a sudden he made a massive mistake. Do you just think it was the pressure that he was getting from behind, and were you surprised by that at all?
Yes, I was watching, obviously, Zaahir and Jordan battle for a few laps, and they're pushing each other really hard, and I think Jordan just ran slightly wide, I think, and caught the grass, and that sent him into the wall. So, luckily for me, I could take advantage of that and get in front of him. But I think it was just the pressure from Zaahir at the end of the day.
So, Dev, if another one comes along and we go to the trilogy and make it 3 in a row, are we going to see Devin Leisha back in the mix and in an entry as soon as possible?
I'll be the first to sign up. Definitely.
Fantastic stuff. Devin Leisha there, ladies and gents, your third place driver for this incredible NEC Solidarity E-Race. Dev, thanks so much for catching up with us, and hopefully we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Well, there you have it from third place, Devin Leisha, in that one right now, Sash. But we see that Bashir Jadwat was given driver of the day. Now, if he hadn't been given that, of course, the next man on the podium certainly would have been given that by you and I. Firstly, for me, for driving in the Irish colours, and of course for you, for representing Bentley at a circuit that they should have won at.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to take anything away from Zaahir because I think he was superb, the way he just managed that race. But I think Mark van Rensburg in that Bentley was just spectacular to watch. I mean, it's such a big car, and the way he handled it, the way he drove. Yeah, I must say, Greg, I would definitely would have given him a driver of the day. I thought it was a brilliant, brilliant drive by him.
Well, let's catch up with the commentator's driver of the day. Second place tonight as well. Congratulations, Mark van Rensburg. Let's see what it looks like from Mark van Rensburg's point of view. Hey, rocking the beanie, bro. Nice one.
Yes, winter time.
I think it also might be a case of no hairdressers for the last 4 weeks, huh?
That's exactly that.
Rocky Mark, an amazing drive for everybody. What made you decide to run with the Bentley? Because they haven't been the most competitive cars in the first one, and they weren't really there until tonight.
Yeah, so I actually took a bit of a gamble using the Bentley. I knew it would always be slow at Laguna Seca. So I just thought I'd qualify well during the hot lap qualifying. Got a good qualification, made it through to the semi-finals, and from there it was just defend the whole way. And I managed to make it through to the finals at Bathurst. And yeah, I mean, it's a very strong car. It's my favorite car, and like you said, it's Irish colours. It's great. It's a great looking car, and it was very strong at Bathurst, and I'm stoked to have placed as well as I did.
Mark, I mean, you're really, really just pumping in lap after lap after lap. When you're driving and sitting in that sim, are you conscious that, let me try and brake a little bit later now? Let's just try and push it a little bit harder, or do you stick to your strategy?
I'll tell you what, this was probably one of the first races that I was acutely aware of how hard I'm pushing. And, after the opening lap when I was behind Devon, I just thought, okay, well, if I can just stick behind Devon, I know he's fast, and if I just put in good laps, clean laps, and have a good pit stop, I'm going to come out ahead of someone at least and aim for a podium. And it paid off.
It certainly did. $7,000 in the back sky as well for you. That's an increase on what we did in the first race. So the prize fund has picked up. The sponsors picked up this time with a whole new bunch of sponsors coming to join us and looking like they may even join us for a third option. Are we going to see you for the third option if that happens?
100% I'll be there, and I'll be there in the big Bentley trying to bully people out of the way.
We love it.
Fantastic, Mark. I got to say it was a real privilege, and I loved watching you drive that car. It was really, really great fun to watch.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was awesome having you guys there to commentate for us. Going back, I'm going to watch a stream of it later again, going back, and based on the previous streams, it's been absolute quality the whole way through this event.
Thank you very much for that, Mark. We wish you all the very best, and hopefully we do see you at episode 3 of this NEC Solidarity E-Race trilogy. We're looking forward to making that announcement real soon.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, Sash, that's third and second, but there's a 12,000 Rand prize fund and a gig of LTE and a new router going to Zaahir Essa. There's going to be some big fights in the Essa house after they've got the incredible fast upload and download speeds now, isn't there?
Well, I got to tell you, the cream rises to the top. And before the race started, Greg, I sat and said, I'm telling you, watch Zaahir Essa, watch him in this race. And man, he just drove clinically. He knew exactly where to put his car at the right time, and withstood all of the pressure behind him and actually forced the others into mistakes. So a clinical drive, and you can tell this man has spent a few hours behind that in that seat behind that sim racing machine.
He certainly has. Zaahir, you're joining us all the way from home there. How are you feeling, big guy? Must be pretty stoked with how things have gone.
Yeah, it was freaking awesome. I'm so glad it went my way. With such a format, it's like it relies on a lot of luck. Hopefully keeping a clean race because there's no second chances, So it's just keeping your nose clean, keeping the pressure on, and seeing what happens after that. And I came out on top.
Zaahir, when it comes to this precision driving, I mean, what is that margin of error? We saw Jordan Sherritt behind you make the mistake and go out, and it gave you a little bit of breathing room. But, you know, the likes of Mark van Rensburg and Devin Leisha were coming after you all of the time. I mean, one little mistake, it seems, geez, you touch that grass and you're done, man. There's a lot of mental concentration there.
Yeah, I think to keep up the pace that we were running, you had to be running on the limit. There was no other way. And a track like Bathurst, it's high risk, high reward. And it's very difficult to keep that lap after lap after lap. And I think, funny enough, the real drivers struggled. I saw guys doing the real drivers doing hot laps after hot laps, 600 laps and whatnot. And I was thinking to myself, okay, can they do this lap after lap for 40 minutes? And sure enough, the top three have big sim racing background and from leagues where they're used to pushing for long distances. And, it's about not making mistakes at the limit for 40 minutes. And I think that's what made the difference.
It certainly did. You pushed as hard as you could right from the word go. I mean, that was literally from 2 weeks ago when we started the first one. You were a little bit disappointed not to make the top step of the podium at Kyalami, but you must be pretty ecstatic about making it here in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. It's just about keeping consistent and keeping up there all the time. Doesn't matter what track, what car, what game, whatever it is. It's about adaptability. And this specific event where you guys threw the weather in the mix was just a headache. Put it mildly. You have to be ready for all sorts of breaking points, all sorts of weather. And if you get it slightly wrong at Bathurst, you're in the wall. So, and obviously, as I said before, there's no second chances. And in real life racing, back with that experience, you don't experience anything like this. Where, I mean, you're sitting at the track, you're focused, you know the weather, you look up at the sky, that's what's going to happen, and you know what you have to do. But here, it's like you're on your toes all the time, and adaptability was the key, I think.
Zaahir, it was a mandatory pit stop for everybody. Were there any concerns about that? You had a little bit of a comfort margin over Devin at that time because he was still chasing you until Mark got him. But were you a little bit concerned that you might lose too much time or even a place in those pits? And did you have a sort of B plan if that happened?
I think I had a couple of tens up my sleeve on that track. So if anything did go badly, I was quite confident I could put the pressure back on and try to get the place back. But obviously with the pit stops, it's a high risk. But I tried to take it easy. I had a bit of a gap, so I wasn't under as much pressure as I would have been. So it wasn't much of a drama, yeah.
So we spoke about the weather patterns, and of course, down under there's normally big torrential downpours. But fortunately, you were able to beat that as well as beat everybody else on track. Are you looking forward to doing more of the same?
100%. I'll be there. You'll see me there.
We're going to see some more thunder down under from you.
Yeah, it's a nice catchphrase, but most certainly.
Super driving. Congratulations. Really good, really good.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. And big up to you guys for such a major organization in such a short time, what you've done here. I don't think sim racing in South Africa has ever seen such an event like this. It's such a mega coverage, and the passion you guys have just taken this on, you know. I mean, the sim racing guys have been doing this for years and years, and the passion was always there. And now you guys have just translated it to the public and to just give an open eye on what we actually do.
Yeah, what an incredible